We're speaking with Senator Adaramodu, who is the spokesman for the Senate. We've also heard before now from the spokesman of the House of Representatives, Mr. Honorable Rotimi, who has dispelled this notion. And as you can see, Senator Adaramodu is doing the same, and also dispelling some of the notions that people might have had that everything is provided in the National Assembly for members of the National Assembly, including cutlery, plates, and because there are organizations like that. But I'm just hearing from Senator Adaramodu that, well, be that as it is, that is not the case with the National Assembly, and that a lot has to actually be done by the members themselves. Senator, once again, I say thank you for sort of explaining all of this. Now, is there something of a communication breakdown for as high up an office as the NLC National Assistant General Secretary to be making such assertions in public? You know.
My take for that is that everybody wants to say what they like to believe. And, you know, people like to play to gallery. People like to play to gallery. They are just, you know, it's like social media. When you see what people celebrate on social media, at times you just marvel. When you read what people write, you just marvel. That do we even want a country? So the NLC too are just beseeched that they don't just play to gallery, because it's a very consensuous union, that it is a conscience of the people. And whatever they want to push out there, whatever they want to believe, they must do fact-finding very well. They must ask questions, because they are very open to asking questions. Majority of the workers in the National Assembly are members of the NLC. They can even ask questions from them and get facts from them. What is a legislator?
Senator, let me bring on our first caller today. Senator, I beg your pardon. Christopher in Warri, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Okuyori.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for calling.
I've been listening to your guest in Abuja studio, which is the senator. Okuyori, please, I want to speak just like 2 minutes. One, I think some of us who work for this government, we are beginning to see some certain things which the National Assemblies are doing that are not in accordance to the guidelines or rules of the APC or Progressive Congress. You see, we that stood for good governance, like with the coordinators of Tinubu Shetima for good governance in various levels across all the 36 states in Nigeria, including FCT. The reason why we are not worried when the former CBN, the suspended CBN governor, refused to roll out policies, which Asiwaju, who is now our president, was prevented from getting funds for his campaign. We stood in our various states to make sure we campaign for this government, we work for this government to come to stay, so that at the end of the day, good governance will be delivered to all Nigeria in all levels. But it's annoying seeing even the senator in your studio telling Nigeria, telling the whole world that money, they have not received money, but you are affirming that such money is available. For goodness sake, I think our senators, they should begin to sit down and think about Nigerians, what Nigerians are passing through. Because if you are remove oil fuel subsidy, I think the basic every Nigeria, what they need most is electricity. What they need most is transportation. So giving each household 12,000 naira, I don't think it's an insult to Nigeria as every citizen of this country. Now, look at people that they have given up appointment to this government. Those are the same people which Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu gave money for his own campaign. His own money he gave to them to do the campaign during the electionary period. They already spent their kobo. I will take you back to September 24, 2022. Your studio, TVC, was in Abuja, where we did the inauguration of a Tinubu campaign organization. Your sister station, Channels TV, was there. My national coordinator, Agnes Ame, spent her own money to make sure he campaigned for this government. At the end of the day, what we are seeing now is nothing to write home about. So then those senators should go back and live and think about Nigerians. If they know they want this man to deliver good governance to Nigeria, they should put all this money aside. Because even his own personal house, how many times he used 12 million to furnish his own house? How many times in a month or in a year? You use every 4 years, you furnish your house. What is different? This government must do something different from what other people have been doing. It should not be a game as usual. So we should call a spade a spade. Let those who believe in this government, those who believe in good governance, to channel their lead policy to the government, so they focus on those that are suffering, not them that even collected money from Asiwaju during the campaign period. Because most of them, most of them, they got this ministerial. Most of them, they are being given appointment after collecting money from this man. So there are people who spend their money believing in Asiwaju, and those people are nowhere to be found.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Christopher, for calling in. Senator Adaramodu, I guess what Christopher was really speaking to there was the sensitivity of National Assembly members to the actuality on ground that most Nigerians, of which National Assembly members cannot include themselves, most Nigerians are having a very difficult time making ends meet. And so he's probably implying, he didn't say so, that for you to be speaking glibly about this in the face of someone who maybe is doing well if he has managed 2 meals a day, never mind 3, I guess that's what he's speaking to, that it's still speaking of what? Of plenty. It's still speaking of substance, what you have narrated, contrary to what most Nigerians at the bottom of the pyramid are experiencing. That must be what that gentleman...
Mr. Yori. Oh, yes, Mr. Yori. Mr. Yori, even all what I've said are just tailored towards what my brother from Wari said, that we are not even making any demand for anything, that this is even the situation. We are not even making any demand. But someone coming out to just plant a lie and falsehood against National Assembly members, that it is very unfortunate, that it is not good, that nobody is sharing anything, nobody is having anything, nobody is even asking for anything. Even during the period that when we were supposed to even have the holiday, we did not even go on holiday. We were there, we were doing our job, even till night. So we are not demanding for anything extra. I said that if that is the situation, that nobody, members of the public, whoever, must not just plant a lie against National Assembly members. That is what we are saying. Nobody, there's no time that either the Senate or House of Representatives make any special demand or any demand, either personal or general, on the president or the executive or anywhere or anyhow else. And that's what I was saying. Even what my brother was saying from Wari is what I believe too. It's what we all believe too. You know, all of us, we are here in the National Assembly.
Senator, I beg your pardon. I have another caller on the line. Mr. Yakub called in from Dokwemu. Good morning to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, and God continue to bless you. And then thank you for giving the first caller 2 minutes. I think I have for such as well. If you give me that, I'll be very happy.
Okay, let's hear it.
Yes, actually, I totally agree with the first caller, and then also believe in what Senator is saying. But the question is this: you have journalists in this country, and then I believe investigative journalism needs to play a major role here. What the senator is telling us, I think the journalists need to move in and do the findings and coming back to this studio to come and tell us the truth behind it. Yes, the senator needs to furnish their offices. If it is truly that this office has not been furnished before, what stopped the I think 8 or 9 assembly to come and tell us, look at what is happening. Until now that Senator Adaramodu is telling us this now. We personally,
Adaramodu.
I believe a lot of money is going to Adaramodu, sorry. I believe that a lot of money is going to their pocket because look at what he said. He said that he bought television, he used it. We believe that the state will use his own personal money to buy all those things because we need them to give us a good law to change drastically the situation of this country. But Security, I will say that I think I need to chip this in. I need you, Security, personally, to follow around in Gilari and during Gilari, the spokesperson of Mr. President, because I knew that it is a friend of this house. Please ask in Gilari what makes all their institutions to increase the price of the institutions, including the senator, because you need to take this back to the National Assembly. Nigerian citizens are crying loud because you remove the subsidy. At the end of the day, all the tertiary institutions, they are beginning to add the price of the tuition. How? Where do you want us to move it? How do you want us to go about it? Some people that pay 25,000 naira, you increase it to 100-something thousand. They don't want the Nigerian citizens to go to school anymore.
Okay.
Why is it that? Call up on July and then make sure that the system and the studio do this thing to the National Assembly. Let us know why all the tertiary students in this country, they are increasing prices. Why?
All right.
Why?
Okay, okay, Mr. Yakub, thank you very much for calling in. Senator, all of this is still pointing, going by the comments of viewers calling in, is still pointing to a sense of relative opulence from public servants vis-a-vis the ordinary Nigerian.
Mr. Yori, let me give you a response. I love what that my brother said. We have journalists. We have media people. Instead of media men to even be pushing about the narratives of anybody, let them do the investigation. We have media men in the National Assembly. They saw legislators when they were buying television, moving them into various offices. When they were buying fridges, moving them into various offices. They saw them. They saw them. And for example, somebody like me, like any other person, we came from somewhere. I have been in the corporate world. I reached the peak. So if now I'm in an office, and then that office is not provided with television set, will I just sit down there, just watching the walls, without buying television for myself? If I'm in an office where there are no chairs, will I just sit down there, just sitting down on the floor? And we have to provide chairs for myself. As for media group that are in the National Assembly, if National Assembly members are not buying chairs and tables by themselves.
I just wanted to get it in there. In spite of all those things, Senator, you are saying that in spite of what you are saying, the explanations you are giving, 100 million naira does not even come up at all. But beyond that, you and your colleagues are actually expending monies to furnish and make proper for work, your offices, your various offices. As I was saying, many people are going to be surprised that you happen to provide your own curtains, drapes, chairs, furnishing, because they know there's furnishing allowance. And so they are speaking to the point of a lack of sensitivity, the perception of a lack of sensitivity to the real condition of the ordinary Nigerian, and all that you are saying would appear to be opulent.
Mr. Yori, do you know we have two major problems? Problem one is that the media should not just push out narratives by anybody. Let them do their investigations. I have even opened myself up. I said, look, come to me as the spokesperson.
Let me come back to you, Senator.